I'm here today as a representative of a number of organizations that support boys volleyball, but first and foremost of a dad of a sophomore who loves to play the game. Officially, I'm also a member of the High School Association led by President Mike Kruzanowski from James Irwin. Thank you, Mike. I'm on the board of directors of the Rocky Mountain region of USAV volleyball, and on the board of directors of Motor MBB volleyball, which is men's national coach John Spera's organization aimed at growing men's and boys volleyball across the country with the goal of winning a gold medal. In the last few years, we have added 34 collegiate programs. So it's not just boys, there's opportunities for boys to become men and play in college. So additionally, at the national high school level, reported by NFHS, boys volleyball has been the second fastest growing sport since 2016. And currently 15 additional states beyond Colorado are engaged in the sanctioning process. In Colorado, nearly 750 student athletes participated this last season on 60 teams. And with more schools already committing to adding teams next season, we project reaching 1,000 boys for our first time in our 20-year history. There is truly a local and national movement in boys and men's volleyball. An increasing diversity of athletes and geography of schools, with new teams joining last year from Fort Collins, Boulder, Thornton, Wheat Ridge, Vail, Colorado Springs, and Pueblo. 750 athletes this current year, growing to 1,000 next year. There are plenty of officials. In fact, the Volleyball Officials Association supports us and says they can staff all of our matches. We have plenty of coaches. Already have 60 teams with assistants and head coaches. As you know, the facilities and equipment already exist. We have girls volleyball in place. There is no sport competing for gym use during the spring. And yes, we know there is bad weather, and boys volleyball is already used to getting the late rotation, and we can continue to do that. The NFHS rulebook already exists for boys and girls and is used in half the nation. Sufficient teams exist from various size schools to start with at least 2 classifications. Uniform costs are minimal and can be covered completely by fundraising for boys. We have organized regional and state finals competitions with minimal expense for many, many years. We've hosted coaches and player clinics. They're occurring with great frequency, and they're supported by college coaches from around the country, USA Volleyball, the RMR, and the American Volleyball Coaches Association, AVCA. We also have participating schools that are large to small, urban to rural, public, private, and charter schools all involved. So a few thoughts on why this is important. You know why high school varsity sports are important. You run great programs that change students' lives. Our boys value what schools can offer. Education-based programming, compliance with standards, legitimacy, access and opportunity to comprehensive high-level programming for all student athletes. Being included matters, and being inclusive is our goal as educators. Additionally, a few thoughts from some of our boys. I want to represent my school, wear my school colors, and be recognized as a legitimate student athlete. We won the state championship. I was voted All-State. I received a partial scholarship for college through playing, but my school won't talk about it. It's hard for me to play, even though I love it. I'm on free and reduced lunch, and my family can't afford to pay the fee for my high school club team. If it was a school sport, I'd have the opportunity to play like everyone else. I used to play soccer and baseball, but wasn't going to make the varsity team. So I tried volleyball and loved it. Now I'm playing this instead of doing nothing. I want to play in college and need more opportunities and competition to compete with boys like in other states where they get to play for their high school and a club. We all entered into education to help kids reach their greatest potential and find their way in life. Athletics and activities are a critical aspect of their most formative years. There are 1,000 boys out there who want to be positively involved in their school. Our job is to include them, no different from girls wrestling and unified bowling. The more students are positively engaged in their school through activities, the better student they will be, the less likely they are to engage in risky behaviors, all the while developing greater sense of sportsmanship and character. So as a final thought, I just want to thank you. I want to thank Commissioner Blanford Green, Assistant Commissioner Brookins, President Lucas, the Board of Directors, and ultimately the Legislative Council for first and foremost identifying a process for new sports to come forward. And I want to thank you for what you do for all the kids across the state of Colorado, because what you do does matter. Thank you.